Hello and welcome to the Redashe video channel. Today we're looking at the Macnaught retractor and how to replace a set of seals. This particular model is an air reel. There's various other types in the range for oil, for hydraulic fluid, for hot water, cold water, various different types including the garden reel. This particular model, before you can undo the side plate, you need to isolate the supply, relieve any pressure in the line and remove the inlet hose. Once the inlet hose is out of the way, you've then got access to the side plate. The side plate's held on with 4 screws. We've loosened these ones off slightly to save time. That leaves just the 2 in the centre that locate onto the swivel itself. Once they're free, the side plate needs to be twisted a quarter turn and it then comes free. When you refit it, do exactly the same, put it back and do a quarter turn the opposite direction, and that will then lock into place, ensuring that the holes line up with the holes that are in the casing. Once the plate's out of the way, you've got access to the swivel assembly, which just slots into the centre bearing. Whenever I do a service on one of these, I always put a fingerful of grease into the centre just to assist lubrication on this shaft, and that will last for years in there. Once you have this out, you can see there's a simple Jubilee clip holding the hose in place. Usually when they've been in service for a while, you'll not be able to get the hose off. The best bet is cut it here, and then once it's clear, put a little side cut with a Stanley knife up the side. You'll then be able to get the old hose free. When fitting the new hose, you're better off just sort of dipping it into a cup of warm water so it adds a little bit of flexibility to it. You can then slide it back on. So that's for replacing the hose kit. Here, to replace the seals, you just need to undo this circlip. The same seals, part number GBS 115, are in use through most of the retractor range. And once it's free, you can pull the swivel apart. Inside there's 2 seals, one each side of the inlet port, and all you do is pull these off with a blunt screwdriver, put the new pair on and put a liberal coating of lubricant, slide the 2 back together, circle it back on, fingerful of grease in the bearing, and away you go. This is a hot wash swivel on the retractor. I've already removed the circlip from the inside. The hose connects to this port. Pull the 2 halves apart. There's the 2 GBS 115 seals. Remove the old ones with a blunt screwdriver. Fit the new ones on, liberal coating of grease, 2 halves back together, refit the circlip, you're back in service. Usually water leaks can be identified by a puddle under the reel. This is the garden reel swivel assembly. If the swivel, over time you'll find that an older garden reel, the shaft will tend to bend because it always stops in the same place every time. The reel's full of water and the weight tends to distort the plastic slightly. So if you order a replacement swivel assembly, it comes like this, already done, ready to go. But if you have a swivel that needs a replacement set of seals, which can be identified by a puddle under the reel or constant drips, use a pair of external circlip pliers to remove the circlip. Pull the 2 halves apart. Replacement seals, GBS 115, one there, one there. Remove the old ones with a blunt screwdriver. Fit the new ones on, liberal coating of waterproof grease. Back together, your hose connects to here. Refit the circlip. And it's back in service for several more years. When you reassemble, ensure the swivel assembly goes back in. Ensure this is horizontal to line up with the two screws in the centre. And it's just a matter of putting this back on and rotating it in the opposite direction. Then reinsert the 4 screws there and the 2 screws. If you can't quite get the 2 screws to line up, get a small screwdriver just to waggle it around. You'll find you'll then be able to locate the screws. That's it. That's retractor servicing. Watch out for our next episode where we'll look at some other hose reels. Thank you for your time.